Hey everybody, welcome back to Race of History. Today we're going to get into a Sabaton song, The Lost Battalion. This is one that has been recommended a handful of times. I don't really know anything about it going into it. This is the lyric video because I couldn't find another one of their videos that had captions in English, so this is what we're going to go with. Also, in just a little bit, I'm going to put out a quick history video on the 2008 financial crisis. I've had major issues trying to get the Big Short movie uploaded to YouTube. I've had this constant back and forth with YouTube where I keep editing and resubmitting, and it's just been a total mess. So I'm going to do a quick video on that in a little bit. I feel like it's prescient with the current uncertain conditions of the global markets, right? With COVID hitting and central banks kind of acting crazy during COVID and all that. So it's a quick video, but I'm gonna do that. And then also I'm working on the next part of the flu pandemic series and the Battle of the Coral Sea. And so both of those videos should be out tomorrow. That's what I'm working on. But first, we're going to start with this Sabaton The Lost Battalion. Let's get into it.
Up on their land as they made their stand, they stood strong and the legend still lives on. The Great War rages on. Our battalion is lost in the Argonne. Under fire, there's nothing they can do. There's no way they can get a message through. Suffer heavy losses as the battle carries on. Liberty division standing strong. Demand. It's surrender or die and the stakes are high. They live and they die, there's no time for goodbye. Weapon in hand as they made their stand, still disregard in demand. They would never comply, they would rather die. But through the blockade they were finally saved.
I feel like, I don't know how many songs I've listened to from The Last Stand, but I have done The Last Stand itself, the song. And I feel like at least with this song and that song, there's a, almost like it's like an over-the-top, like, enthusiasm sound in the song, right? It's very, like, I don't really know how to explain it. Like the build up, the higher octave, the chorus in the background, like it's a different sounding thing. And I feel like a rock group like, say, Queen, right? That's something that I feel like they did. That's sort of their, it gets a different kind of emotional feel whenever you have this like loud, boisterous, and then you add like the other voices in the background, and it's this like massive expansion of the sound of the song. I don't know, it's really interesting to me.
Friendly fire munitions running low. The supplies they were dropped upon their foe. 1918, the war still rages on. The battalions still trapped in the Argonne. Chose not to surrender. They chose victory or defeat. Fallen brothers resting by their feet. Up in their land as they made their stand, but disregarded demand. It's surrender or die and the stakes are high. They live and they die, there's no time for goodbye. Weapon in hand as they
Yeah, and so I think the group that this was the 77th, right? It's U.S. troops, and they're essentially surrounded, stuck in the Argonne, and it's an extremely dangerous situation where there really is a sort of surrender or die. That's the outcome, is surrender or die, basically. And they end up fighting through, right? Like, there's a bunch of these through history, and this is honestly, at least for the US, this may be one of the like more overlooked ones. But a lot of these are built up into almost like mythical stature, right? The idea that, like, against all odds, you continue to, that's the whole thing with like the Battle of Thermopylae, right? I mean, that's the whole thing about it. We just are drawn to these situations where it's the odds are so against one group. They're totally outmanned, outgunned, outclassed, whatever it is. Yet they continue to fight and somehow uh, beat the odds, even if, like in the Battle of Thermopylae, they don't outright win in that encounter. Um, what they're able to do is, you know, almost like nothing short of a miracle. Like I said, it gets built into like this mythical status.
On their land as they made their stand, a disregarded demand. It's surrender or die, and the stakes are high. If or die, you can tell there's no goodbye. With a weapon in hand as they made their stand, still disregarding demand. They would never comply, they would rather die. They stood strong and the legend still lives on. Suffered heavy losses, through the grave while they stood strong. But the memory of the fallen still lives on. Up in their land as they made their stand, a disregarded demand. It's surrender or die, and the stakes are high. They live and they die, there's no time for goodbye. Weapon in hand as they made their stand, still disregarding demand. They would never comply, they would rather die. Now through the blockade, they were finally saved.
Okay, so that was Sabaton's The Lost Battalion. I really like this song. I liked The Last Stand too. I don't know, the different sound is something that I really like from them. The the topic of the song, we talk all the time about, or World War I in particular is interesting to me because of the massive shifts in technology and the shifts that makes on doctrine and ideas and everything like that. Well, one of the things is the lack of great communication in World War I, right? Like, that's something that's morphing over the war. And you even see that in to some extent in World War II. But that's kind of, you have these things pop up where miscommunications, misinterpretations lead to not great scenarios, right? And in this case, it led to, a bunch of American soldiers who were, if I remember correctly, the 77th was almost exclusively draftees, right? So you have these drafted troops. They're going to have this offensive, and their whole thought process is they're going to have somebody covering their flank. I forget who exactly was going to be covering the flank. It was the French, but I forget which group it was. But anyway, they expected that the flank was going to be covered. It was not. Then they end up in this terrible situation that they have to, fight through, die, or surrender. That's really what it is. So great song, great topic. I'm pretty sure that Sabaton has a Sabaton history for this, so I'll get into that pretty soon. But as always, like, comment, subscribe. Help me keep building the channel over here. I'll put the link to the Discord down below. I've got another video coming out later on the 2008 financial crisis, so be on the lookout for that. And I'll see you all next time.